I've been asked yet again to share my story about what happened on Robles Drive and during the CZU fire when PG&E slaughtered these lands and took every tree. And I'm tired of writing about it, so I'm just going to give you an update. You have my blog written back then. You have the video I took of Robles Drive and all the way in here at that moment in time. And now you have what it looks like on 8/26/2021. This was once a forested land. I lived here for 14 years and never saw that substation unless I stood directly under the easement of the transmission lines. I had trees all the way down there taken. I had trees that were green, and you can see that from the video footage I gave you, the picture from the drones. All along there, the live oaks that they took sometime between October 1st and October 11th, unmarked. I was here around the 8th, sitting under those trees that were down by my road, oaks. My arborist said we're alive. They did not have the death mark of P1, P2, P3. I sat under them waiting for contractors back then, went home, came back that weekend. They were gone. They didn't even leave the wood for that one. Took the evidence. But this is the result of what they did while I was evacuated. This is what's left. I've spent $14,000, first of all, picking trunks this size up that were strewn all the way down, as I already said, and piling them over here on this pile that had already started. This is one of the piles that PG&E had started. But we had many others that I've put in here, I will admit it. They were laying over there, left by PG&E. And it stretched all the way to my gate down there. I have spent $14,000 between hauling them off my land and into one spot, and then trying to get rid of them various ways, milling them, paying people to take them off. And I ran out of money, going to be honest. I'm out of money for this because I'd like to live here again. But this is the spot where our garage is supposed to go. So tell me how I'm supposed to build. I can't build. The last thing that needs to be said is down here. This is where our goat barn was, this pile that's coming up. I unfortunately was unable to evacuate my goats because I had the wrong car during that fire. And Equine Rescue refused to come up here to save them because it was too dangerous. They died. PG&E, though, in the meantime, before we could get them up here, threw a pile of crap here. These are their logs, whatever, from trees they were slaughtering. Some of these were burnt. Some of these were probably dead. I don't think all of them, but hey, you know, I am not the expert, right? That's why we're here, because so many live trees were taken. I know they were alive. But there, you see the remnants of my goat barn. The issue here was that they threw this on my goats' bodies, the remains. My husband had to dig through here to get my goats' remains out so that he could bury them far away from anything that men with machines could do. Because in the end, this forest was burnt. But I want to close with you looking at my neighbor's yard right across the street. Her land didn't burn, and neither did mine up at the top. From the trees right by our panel board, all the way down to the road, they were not burnt. But PG&E took them without our permission and left me without a forest, without any shade, a whole acre clear cut. And look, the fire didn't go through here. The fire didn't go through here. Right here. And they took it and left me with this. And I'm tired. At a minimum, they should pick up their shit so that I can rebuild. They should pick up all of these dead bodies so that we don't have to look at them all the time. You know what else they could do? I shouldn't have to pay for a damn bit of electricity for the rest of my life either. I sacrificed. Our trees were sacrificed so that the world can have its power. Wouldn't that be nice, huh? I know that's not going to happen. So I'm telling my story again because somehow they have to be held accountable for what they've done. Because we need to speak for the trees. They're every bit as important as electricity.